Maba taking file A, Stin taking file C. We have all three save files potentially on the board. And that's true, Dabs. Daysui is streaming also. And we have a fourth racer coming in the next race. I wonder. So these guys are going to be going through Yoshi's Island 2. This is a straight through level. They're going to be getting a 360 unless one of them, as Stin has several times already, get the elusive 361. You guys make sure to shout out your good lucks to these runners. They definitely need it on a category like this. Sonic taking the jump a little too late, slipping off that platform, almost dying to the chuck. That's going to cost him an in-game second, finishing with a 359. And they go into what everyone knows is my favorite level, Yoshi's Island 3, starting with a box jump from the runners, maintaining P-speed through this entire level, insanely acrobatic, trying to ride those wooden brown platforms as long as possible, because they're going to push Mario ever so slightly forward while he's on them, so you want to take full advantage of those speed boosts. It's going to allow you to get a 259 on the in-game timer, as opposed to a standard 258 if you were not to ride those platforms. We have two 259s, and it looks like Sonic got popped with that 258. So they're going to be moving in to Yoshi's Island 4, where we have a potential shell jump. Definitely pay attention to Stin on Maba in this. See how they handle this red shell. I believe we got a shell jump from Stin last time. Let's see if he goes for it again. Maba getting the shell jump, landing on the platform. He doesn't need to get his feet wet because he is exiting this level 1 second in-game faster than Stin now. He will be finishing with a 276, Stin with a 275, as well as Sonic. And moving on to their first castle, they're gonna face Iggy. These runners stay small, avoiding all tapes and power-ups into this level because they want to make it under this Koopa. If you're Big Mario, you will hit that Koopa, but if you stay small, it's a free jump. They're gonna go through the tunnels and over the Podobo, making sure not to touch that. And one big jump for a hopeful 281 door. 280 for Maba. You're going to see these runners grab a fire flower here. You can quick kill Iggy insanely fast when you have that. They're going to throw 2 or 3 fireballs down as they enter Iggy's room, jump on him once, and turn around for some more. We could see some swag as they just duck down and slide down the slope as they throw fireballs. Stin goes for that cool kill. Other two guys get it just fine. 241 for Sonic and Stin, 240 for Maba. These guys are staying super close right now. This next level is one where we could see them split apart. They're going for Donut Plains 1, where they will grab a cape first thing and take flight. In Super Mario World, your flight will oscillate from speeds 47 to 51. And when you start cape pumping, you will lock on to one of those values. These runners can manipulate that flight speed by tapping right while they're flying through the air. There's no guarantee that you will get on a fast fly pace. Sonic having a little trouble grabbing that cape. He's going to be flying from the bottom instead of the upper platforms. He might touch these clouds. Getting past him beautifully. Stin and Maba having great cape grabs. Stin looks like he's on a good fast fly pace, passing the brown block at 371 and finishing with a 62 optimal timer. Maba right behind him with a 61, and Sonic with a 58. So going into Donut Secret 1. I love this level, lots of people don't, because there is a lot of risk involved right here in the middle. These runners are up into the pipe in a place we call Dry Room, and they're going to spin fly up, hit a Koopa, grab his shell, and jump down the pipe as quick as they can. Great grab from Sten and Maba. Sonic making his way into the dry room. Or Sonic skipping dry room. I don't think he realized he skipped it. He tried to go into the exit pipe, losing cape to that fish. It's going to put him far behind. He needs to go back for a cape before he continues on. And Sten once again with a 252 on timer, and Maba right behind with a 251. He is staying right on Sten. Besides this ghost house, which is going to be a very quick level, we have a few flyover levels where Maba could potentially catch up through all this flight. He's going to need Sten to have a slower flight speed, but from what we've seen, Sten has great consistency on this. He knows his flying, and Maba can't count on Sten to mess that up. Maba finishing the ghost house slightly faster, gaining some time on Sten. Sonic got his backup cape. He's going into the ghost house so he can fly up to the door as well. As the other enter Donut Plains 3. They're going to try to get early flight off these moving platforms. You have to jump at the very last second. Oh, Sten taking it low. Sometimes you get that spooky fly, I guess. He's going to be finishing up that level with a 63, as well as Maba, moving on Donut for another flyover level where they're going to be avoiding parachuting Goombas. Sonic getting his flight down for Donut Plains 3. Oh, goodness. Giving me a heart attack real quick as he dive bombs towards the ground, saving it at the last second, not hitting any platform to ruin his flight. Sonic is still in the air. Thank goodness. Alright, it looks like Maba and Sten are doing just fine, avoiding the last two parachuting Goombas. They're going to make their way into Morton's castle, and this is where we could see a change up in the standings. What these guys are going to attempt to pull off is called Morton Fly. They're going to get past this first room, fly up real quick into the hidden pipe. And once they get up there, it is a vertical level. Doesn't really scroll horizontally, so they need to maximize their flight speed in a minimum amount of space. They're going to do that by using a lot of their speed, as you see Sten and Maba swing out to the sides, maximizing the flight that they use so that they continue on with flight as soon as they land. They're going to switch to Flower as they come up, carrying this spring, throw it on top of the spikes, and use that to get up. They don't need to wait for a platform. They have no time for it. They're going to throw two fireballs at Morton, one jump, which Sten almost got hit by, bouncing off of Morton. Switch back to their cape for Vanilla Dome, and they are on their way. Sonic going for his flight attempt. He goes way to the right, trying to guarantee that P speed. All right, and they are still very close. Ooh, Sonic jumping right where the dry bones was above him, taking damage and losing his cape. Once again, he's going to have to go back for cape. There's not going to be a cape waiting for him in VD1. Falling, ooh, good use of those iframes. He took damage again on those spikes, but jumped right when he took that damage, so he didn't get crushed in between the spike and the walls. Sten's going to fly up through the hole, try to maximize his vertical height. Once again, getting through with no problem. Same with Maba. All right. It's time for another vertical flight level. Once again, you're going to see them maximizing their P-speed usage by really laying those jumps out. Sten had the shell in his hand, but I guess dropped it as he was going through that. Fortunately, there is a backup cape right there. Maba using that to take the lead with a beautiful exit, 279 on the timer. And Sonic is getting through the cutscene so he can enter Vanilla Dome, though he does have to go back for a cape. All right, so both runners are going to make their way up top on Vanilla Dome. So we have a lot of fly-through levels here. Sten can close the gap. Statistically, on this run, he has had faster flight speed than Maba, been able to get it faster. So he may be able to make up a couple of seconds through these two levels. This is a great time during these flyover levels to remind everybody that if you like these runners, you want to try out these strats, you want to check out Super Mario World, there's tons of categories, tons of runners. We have tons of races all the time. To help get into that community, you can help get into this No Star World tournament by typing in the code SMW, and that will give you links to the schedule for the tournament, the Discord being used for the tournament, and details on that $750 prize pool. I'm sure these runners are all very excited about that. Qualifiers are going to be going on through December 6th. Sten still staying right behind Maba. Just now finishing up as Maba enters the underwater fortress. He's got to swim very close to these ball and chains, right next to the fish. And there is a potential thwomp despawn that could happen when Maba and or Sten get into the pipe near the end of this room. If they spin their cape as they're coming out of the pipe, there is a thwomp right next to them that they normally have to wait a second to get around. They can manage the spawn rate in this game and make sure he does not spawn at all, leaving the route completely open. Let's see if Maba attempts it with a cape spin. There's the spin, and the thwomp is gone. Maba just slides through it like butter. Let's see if Sten goes for it. He had the attempt. The thwomp is gone. 2 despawns in a row. Incredible. That is not an easy trick. Sonic making his way through as well. Good Reznor fights on both sides. Sonic's gonna go check out the dolphins for a bit. And when he gets out of the aquarium, he'll go some deep sea fishing. The other two are making their way into Butter Bridge 1, everyone's favorite level. Because who doesn't love auto scrollers? Maba already getting bored of the level and flying above it. Very risky. I'm sure Sten's gonna do the same. Oh, showing off those cape skills. One thing we can see here, if these runners are feeling it, is take one of these Koopa shells that they see, take it all the way to the turn blocks near the end of the level, and maybe they'll do some duplications for y'all. Looks like Maba's just gonna fly over all those Koopas. He's not gonna waste any time. Ooh. Oh! And that's what I was talking about earlier. If you get bored and complacent in this level, you're going to take damage. Fortunately, he wasn't in a position to fall. That would be a very heartbreaking death to happen in the middle of the longest auto-scroller. He also he wasn't able to grab that backup flower, so he can't really get the cape that's coming up either. If you lose cape, but you get your backup, it's not the biggest deal because there's a cape right where Sten is. He's going to try for a dupe here. Oh my god, he got it, but he has to get it again. Oh. If he had caught that first mushroom, he could have continued on with the original cape. That was 200 IQ level play right there. He knew he didn't have a backup. He knew he couldn't get that cape. So he carried that shell to dupe a mushroom into a cape. That would have been incredible. Yeah, and not grabbing that flower will definitely cost him. It's going to help Maba solidify his lead as he goes into Butter Bridge 2, another flyover level before he heads into Ludwig's castle. There's still a lot of race to be had, so anything can still happen. A lot of this is going to depend on Yoshi clips coming up after the next castle. where these runners are going to take their Yoshis and use them to clip through the walls. Why go over walls when you can go right through them? Alright, Maba finishing that level up. Sten has a little bit of time left in it. Sonic flying over Butter Bridge 1. He's trying to show off some cape swag too. Let's hope it treats him good. You're going to see Maba do some cape cancels right here. Run through those, not taking any damage. And he's going to keep cape for room 2. I think we'll see Sten switch to flower strats for room 2. He doesn't have a flower, so he can't. He has to do cape strats, actually. That's going to help Maba also secure a lead, because he's going to switch to flower, just tear through these cages at an insane pace. It is very hard to move this quick on cages. The camera couldn't even keep up with him. He's going to toss 2 fireballs and get Ludwig out. Evict him. Sten getting through room 2 with no issue. He's going to have to do a cape kill on Ludwig. This is going to require a special trick that only happens when you don't have flower, called a cycle skip. He's going to jump on top of Ludwig, turning him into a shell that comes at him. When Ludwig pops up, he jumps through the air in an arc fashion. And if you can land on him while he's in the middle of the air, just like that, you can get another hit while he's on the ground, securing the 3 hits you need to destroy him. It saves an entire cycle of him turning into a shell and jumping at you. You definitely want it to happen. It's the best save Sten could have asked for by far. Sonic looking for a backup cape. Help get through this level. Maybe he's worried about losing it as Maba makes his way into FOI 1. A potential trick we're hoping for here is Yoshi Wings. It is possible. Few runners do it, especially in a race format. We'll know in a second if they're going to try to glitch Wings into the level to get out just seconds early. Very high risk, low reward. He's got the shell in Yoshi's mouth. Is he going for? He's going for the wings. Keep your eyes on Maba as he tries to dupe this P block. Oh, he wasn't able to get it. Is he going to continue for it? He is. Nope, he duped a P balloon. He's not going to risk it anymore. He's going to get out of that level. He doesn't want Sten to catch up. Let's see if Sten is going to go for the wings. I believe historically he has been going for it. He's got the shell in Yoshi's mouth. He's going over, so I'm not sure if we're going to see him do it. He's going for it. He also got a P-balloon. He's going for a second attempt. He got the original P-balloon, so he has to move on. Cannot dupe a block that has already been hit. Maba getting that Yoshi clip very easily. He's going to push on and grab that block, make it a little faster. And Sten has to hope to catch up now, get a good Yoshi clip. Sonic making his way through room 2. No flower, no cape. He just needs spin jumps. So Sten's going to go to the right side, dismount Yoshi near the ceiling. It's going to put him in the perfect place to clip into the corner of that. He's going to dump Yoshi and continue on the level as Maba finishes it. This run Maba on is phenomenal right now. That block that Sten is holding is going to blow up here in a second, and he's going to switch over to the key. It's a more permanent solution as Maba makes his way into Forest of Illusion 3. Sonic's begging for the cycle skip here. He gets it on Ludwig. He's going to send him home early. And Maba's going to go down the pipe right here at the end of the level. It's almost at the exit tape. You see some newer runners take the main exit a lot, and it's always down for a good laugh. But he's going to take that pipe. He missed the pipe, just sliding on it. Wasn't far enough left. He's going to grab that key and get out of there and head his way to Roy's Castle. If you have not seen this strat before that Maba is going into on Castle 5, pay attention. Most of the time, you ride a raft of brown blocks that slowly take you through the first room. That's not good enough for Maba. He's going to take his cape, fly close to the ceiling, and dive bomb at the last second, just barely missing the Potobos as he comes back up, past the spike room, keeping his flight through the tunnels, hitting the P-switch, throwing it up, and getting there. He's going to switch to Flower right close to the ceiling and do the standard 2 fireballs and 1 jump, and he is out of that castle as Sten enters it. It's hard to compete with a strat that looks that cool, as Sten goes for his attempt of Roy Fly, diving down and missing the Potobos. It's not over yet. We have seen people fall down the very last hole several times already in these qualifiers. Sten also getting a good fly. He has no Fire Flower still to move over to this boss. So he's going to have to triple hit Roy, hitting him 3 times as quickly as he can. Very good on Sten. Meba still picking up time because Sten did not have a Fire Flower. And so he's going to move into Chocolate Island 1 with even more of a lead. The trick Meba's going to pull off in this level is called Pipe Fly. He's going to do a spin jump and try to maintain P-speed as he lands, jump again and land in a pipe without losing P-speed. If he pulls it off, he will keep a parachute as he shoots out the pipe. That's a perfect pipe fly. He now has a flight speed of 64. You can achieve a top max speed of 51 naturally. So it's going to give him a big boost percentage-wise in his flight to carry out the rest of the level with a 267 optimal timer on the level. Excited to see Sten do the same. Sten has gotten the pipe fly at all times. Sonic is going to be doing a different Yoshi clip. If you're new to this game, I suggest watching Sonic's screen. This is what we call easy clip, and it is called that for a reason. He's not having to do the crazy dismounts. There's no urchins around him. He's just going to duck right in that corner and get through. You will get through every time. It's slower, but it's guaranteed. Meba making his way through the spookiest ghost house. Watch his screen as he spin flies up, does a normal fly into these boos, cape cancels through them, taking no damage, and bounces off them, keeping flight as he goes through the door. Sten's going for his attempt, staying above the fishing boo, but there is a hidden pipe up in the ceiling, so he also has to stay low without touching that fishing boo. He did get piped. It shot him down, losing the cape onto the fishing boo. There's a cape right behind him if he wants to grab it, which he does. Smart move. And Meba's making his way through Chocolate Island 2, losing the cape again. He's deciding, screw it, he can do this small only. Ooh, grabbing that door before the hole falls under. Is he going to try to bounce on the boo ring? Maybe take a damage through it? He does. Good damage boost, good mushroom grab. Great backup strat. Meba's going to make his way into Chocolate Secret, which can be a difficult level. Sonic making his way out into Roy's castle, probably not realizing the giant spoilers he throws in chat because of stream delay. So what Sten is doing right now is he needs to achieve 21 coins in this first room. If you get a minimum of 21 coins, the second room in this level changes to a different room. What are the changes? Well, there's a cape sitting right there on the ground. Sonic has to go back for a cape. Taking a death in Roy. Maybe getting through that secret just fine. He doesn't need to deal with those chucks. He doesn't need to deal with the spinies. He's got this. Flying over them. Hopefully not clipping any of these sandbars. Good. We saw someone just barely touch one last race, and it was terrifying. Now, Meba's going to be making his way into my personal favorite castle, Windy. Almost everyone would disagree with me on this, but I've got a case, so hear me out. It's amazing because the cape skill that's going to be involved is heavy on cape canceling, and the second room looks like a ballet. Meba wasn't going to get that first cape cancel, so he's going to get that second through here, and watch him. Oh, he did not get the strat, so he has to take this a little slow. That's the danger when you mess with Windy's castle. He is going to cape cancel through that, and that saw, and this crusher. The cape cancels are insane, and watch him through room 2 is going to be like butter. If you have a cape, this room is nothing. Sten doing a good job, still flying low. I don't want to see him hit a platform. Okay, he handled it well. Meba is in Windy, hoping for good RNG. This run is just absolutely insane from Meba, and it's what we come to expect from him. Sonic getting that fly, oh my goodness, almost clipping a corner again. Whew, and almost falling down the hole. He is trying to give me a heart attack during this race, and I won't stand for it. Alright, let's see if Sten gets all these cape cancels right through the crusher, taking no damage. Let's watch a few more cape cancels, shall we? Because he's going to run right into this crusher, no damage. Continue flying. And let's see how silky smooth he gets through room 2. Perfection. So the level Meba is going to, this level you will see before the end of this. There's a trick in this. If Meba can handle his spawning correctly, that the 2 boo rings at the end of the level, he can make not spawn. And if he can pull it off, we've seen lots of boo ring despawns today. You can despawn one or you can despawn both. And if he gets it, it's going to be a great time save. Yeah, no cape, no Star World is another fantastic category. And there is no boo ring. Meba has successfully despawned both boo rings. Phenomenal despawns right here. Oh, that was enjoyable. That was great. Sten going into the sunken ghost house, or ghost ship, to see if he can do the same. Picking up a backup cape. If he doesn't happen to despawn the last boo ring, he can use that backup cape to damage boost through it and collect the backup at no real lost time. As Meba grabs his orb. It looks like Sten's coming after his as well. So we're looking for a boo ring despawn here on Sten's screen right now. The first one is gone. Let's see about the second. Second one is there, so he's going to take damage right there and boost through with the cape, threading the needle between those boos. That was very scary. And going into the room. Meba's in a scary level because these Monty Mole hitboxes were made of gravel or something. Whatever they had left over at Nintendo, they made Monty Moles with, because their hitboxes don't match what they look like at all. And it's very easy to take damage unintentionally. Sonic going capeless in Chocolate Island. Very brave. Orb. Alright, and a great level from Sten as he goes in to the Valley of Bowser. Meba hanging out in Valley of Bowser 2. Good fly, staying under the bats but above the Koopas. He's going to drop down this vertical level and be on his way. Oh, let's see if he goes for Sandbar here. He can clip through that yellow portion of the level. Didn't get it there. You can save a decent amount of time if you get that clip. All right, and a good 360 from Sten, trailing that cape behind him that he'll pick up right now. Sonic having some trouble in the ghost house, the spookiest of ghost houses, hoping for one of those boosts to line up for him to bounce off of, but you gotta stay on the first one. If you start heading back to the second boo and whatnot, like he just did, you will take damage. All right, and Maba grabbing the key, getting out of the level. And let's see if Sten can get the sandbar clip. He is in. Oh, goodness. Very nice job from Sten, cruising through that level at top speed. Popping through that one, showing off some swag now. He's got to feel good about that sandbar. All right, and it looks like Sonic is dipping out from those deaths. Definitely had a rough run. Everyone give him a good rip. Great attempt. Sometimes you just deal with no Star World and that happens. Sten getting out of there as Maba finishes the Reznor, making his way into Bowser's castle. Sten going through the scariest fort, hoping not to take damage again from the Crushers. Maba's gonna just tear through Dark Room, and he's gonna find himself in Bowser fight very quick. We are coming to an end of this race in just a couple of minutes. Losing Cape, he has a backup. He's got to wait a whole nother cycle for it, though. He's gonna lose it again. Oh my goodness. This is the spookiest thing I've ever seen, Sten. Alright, and Maba going through first phase. He is trying to get a Cape kill here by flying up in the air and hitting the Mecha Koopas just as Bowser throws them, optimizing that. He's going to get rid of that second Koopa because he wants Bowser to throw 2 more right now. And he's going to save that extra Koopa for phase 2 for a trick we like to call ball skip. It's a massive time save. You can, in phase 2, Bowser throws down 2 gigantic boulders that are going to roll towards you. You know, all the gloom and doom, but you can make him only throw 1. If you time a throw right and you hit him with that Mecha Koopa right when he starts the animation to try to throw the second ball, you can skip the ball entirely and send him straight into throwing Mecha Koopas. So right when that ball drops, he's going to fly to the right, turn left as he goes up, and drop it on Bowser's head when he reaches the right side of the screen. That was a textbook ball skip. He's going to fly back up on the right side and land on Bowser as he throws up the Mecha Koopas instead of a second boulder. It's a great skip, and he has 1 more Mecha Koopa for another skip in the 3rd phase. So he's going to take this Koopa and hit Bowser the frame his hitbox becomes available. Great hit. It's going to make Bowser only bounce 5 times as opposed to 8. And a great 6th hit and a GG for Maba, who has finished with an SRL time of 33:32. I will put that in chat just so everyone knows the time he finished with. No, we don't have a timer up for this one right now. Sten still in his Bowser fright right now. Getting out of phase 2. Okay, and he says he finished with an RTA time of 33:27. An unreal pace. SRL, of course, the program we use has a couple of extra seconds because of what I discussed on the intro screen, where timers will stereotypically start at -2.2 for RTA time and 0 for SRL time. And GG's for Sten. Sten finished with I believe he says a 34:28 by his timer. He had an SRL time of 34:32. GG's to both of them. Great runs. They really showed what No Star World is all about. And we will be setting up for race 5 out of 6 here at round 4 of the No Star World Winter Tournament Qualifiers here on twitch.tv/Speed Gaming. If you're interested in getting in on this tournament, registration is still open. You need a minimum of 3 qualifier races for us to average and put into a seed for the tournament bracket. And all you need for that information is the exclamation point SMW. That will give you all the information on the schedule, the Discord, and more details on that $750 prize pool. And if you are a viewer outside of the US and you are eligible to sign up, we also have a command for betting with a partnership through Vi.gg and Speed Gaming. All viewers outside the US can sign up with that link and get a free €20 bet that you can use on the matches here. So if that's something you're interested in too, definitely take advantage of that offer. If not, you're going to enjoy these runs anyway. We have top runners doing insane strats. We saw great sandbar clips. We saw first try Yoshi clips. I don't believe we saw wings on this past run. All the major skips were done. That was a great showcase of that. Okay, and it looks like they're getting set up again. We have more entries into this race. We've seen wings a couple of times tonight. We've definitely seen a lot more failed attempts than successful attempts. It's a very hard trick, especially trying to dupe on the left side with nothing but a pit beneath you. So you got to jump in from the right, float down with your cape, get that 2-frame perfect trick, trying to get that dupe, get it to the left as opposed to getting it above, and then grab it with the Yoshi. Very stressful trick to pull off. All right, and we've got the racers joining the race right now. All right, and hopefully we get a full board of racers to do on this next race. I'm pretty excited about the names I see in the SRL room right now. Hopefully we can get some of them to come in, show off some real skills here, because we've had such high-level runs already tonight. I'll keep that going for sure. All right. If you look in your screen, you will see a new name for this race that is coming down by the name of Daysui. And if any of y'all happen to check out that link from the leaderboard that I dropped earlier, you'll notice something. The name up top matches that name on screen. Daysui is back for another race. He currently holds the world record of 32.52, and he got that about 2 months ago. Maba is right behind him in second place. So between Meba and Stin, Daisui's got a lot of competition in this race right now. Seeing these three guys in Sonic go at it is going to be insane. This is definitely going to push them to their limits of their strats, and I can't wait to see what they pull off. You guys should be getting extra hyped about this race coming up. We're going to see insanely skilled, insanely just, it's hard to describe. As someone who runs this game, the skill that these guys have and the strats that they're able to pull off with such consistency is absolutely mind-boggling. And this is just the qualifiers. These guys are putting in these massive runs just to get a good seed on the bracket where we will continue to see their times drop. We've seen so many PBs in this qualifier so far that I still don't think it is a stretch to say that we will see a new world record in this tournament for No Star World. So you guys definitely remember these names in the keep these runs in mind. They're definitely going to decide who you think is going to take it, make it, break it. Once we have the brackets up, I think you guys will get so excited once the matchups start going down. This is just a taste of what's to come. You see Meba practicing the Yoshi wings right there. The contents of that box depends on its horizontal value. So if he keeps duping up like he is, he's going to keep getting P-balloons. He needs to dupe to the left side of a P-balloon to get Yoshi wings, as you see right there. And if he grabbed that with a Yoshi, it would take him straight out of the level. It saves like 6 or 7 seconds. Super high risk, very low reward. But against Daisui and Stin, you need to do it if you want to get ahead. All right, it looks like Meba's practicing a no cape on this, just in case. He's going to go for a dupe here that we saw Stin attempt in Butterbridge 1 last race. If he dupes this block that a mushroom is in, he can grab that mushroom and then use the original block for what's its intended purpose is, and that would be a cape. Oh my god, a triple dupe. The double dupe scoop. Those are some of the fastest dupes in succession I've seen. And now we're going to see him practicing the sandbar clip. If you weren't able to catch it on Stin's race last time, it looks like maybe he's not going for it just yet. But the sandbar is a very intense trick where you need to wait until that yellow coming up to the ceiling to crush you is about a tile away. And you're going to duck and spin jump downward, and you can clip through that ground before it checks for where Mario is. Insanely hard strat. The reward, a lot. The downside, as you see on Meba's screen, is certain death. That one block is originally in the game. The 3 or 4 that he spawned from them. He's able to do that with a cape. It is a 2-frame trick. Without a cape, I believe it's a 1-frame trick, where you need to throw the shell up either at the very top or the very side pixels of that block's hitbox to spawn one in the direction that you of the hitbox that you were on. You can also dupe up and to the side as well and get a corner one, as we saw with his first cape dupe. These guys are all on file select, so we know it's going down soon. All right. Hopefully Stin fixes his timer before we start. I see it sitting at 3:23. That's spooky. And once again, you'll notice Daisui is starting with the true SRL timer of 0 to start it off, whereas Sonic and Maba are doing the classic RTA standard of -2.2. So everyone throw out good lucks to all the runners. The race you're about to see will be one of the best of the qualifiers for sure, and just a taste of what's to come once the brackets get seeded. All right, and they should be starting at any second now.